Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, 7:43 a.m. I'm practicing wearing the robe I got for after my surgery because I don't usually wear a robe, you know. I just live here, and if I'm wearing my nightgown or pajamas, there's nobody to see. But, you know, I figured I'd get a robe. Also, it's one of these robes that zips all the way down, so it'd be easy to put on, you know, after surgery, I hope. Anyhow, so, you know, I'm saying that because I'm looking at myself, and I don't usually wear designs like this, but I don't know, it's, you know, I kind of like it. It's a little sort of oriental looking. Reminds me of some of the art that I do. Anyhow, so yesterday I said that I would try again the Almond Croissant holiday coffee that Nespresso put out this year. That I just have not been able to find a way to like it. But people, y'all, are giving me suggestions of how you like it. Now, I will say that the overwhelming opinion has been that people are disappointed by, well, I say this year, the 2024 holiday offerings. But, you know, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to give it another whirl here. So what I said I would do is that I would try it in with this, well, I thought it was half and half, but it's actually an artificial creamer, although it tasted real good in the coffee yesterday. And what I'm going to do, I've got my lovely, I just love this mug. And you say, why do you love it? It is from Vilsalpsee, Austria, where I went to the Christkindl market, the Christmas market. And oh my gosh, it was, so when I look at it, it just brings all that back to me. Okay, you know, it's sort of like some people will have a mug and it'll have chips in it and stuff, and they keep using it because of the memories it brings back. Good morning, Judy, and anyone else who is watching. It's good to see that there are people up and joining me this morning. Okay, so I've got the capsule in here. This is what I'm going to do. This is an espresso, all right? So I'm going to run 2 capsules into the cup, and I am going to taste the coffee again to see if maybe my taste buds have changed since the last time. Okay, and you know, I've just got to say that I don't really smell almond, which is one of my favorite aromas, and I don't really smell coffee. Well, I don't know if I really put my nose down over it. Look at the spoon here. Okay, there must be a spoon, all right? I have to empty the dishwasher. I'll use a fork this morning to stir it. If I plant my nose directly over it, I can detect a little bit of almond. All right. Okay, it's not quite as awful as it has seemed to me before, but it's just, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me, and it does repel me a little bit, okay? I mean, I've got to be honest. I try it with one creamer. It helps the mouthfeel. It just doesn't really help the flavor at all. Now, this is really overkill, 2 creamers, but, you know, let's see if it works. Okay. I know I'm drinking a little bit of coffee with my creamer. I mean, I know this is obviously coffee, but Oh gosh, you know what? I hate to do this, but I'm gonna do it. I mean, this is already 2 capsules in here, and I usually like to keep that as all of the caffeine that I'm having for the day, but I am going to, let's see. Okay, this is a Vienna Lungo. Oh, Vienna's in Austria. My mug's from Austria. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to run this because Vienna Lungo has it's a great flavor. It really is. And I'm hoping that this will pull up the quality of what I'm drinking. I don't know. Why not? Okay? Why not? Here we go. The Lungo button. So, let's see, what is the weather here? It's 37 degrees outside. And how high is it going to go? Looks like into the the mid to high 50s. Well, we'll see. Sometimes I think the weather person needs to stick their hand out the window to tell if it's raining, you know. Look and see, is it snowing, or, because a lot of times they get it so wrong. Then again, I will say that when I look on my weather app on my phone, sometimes it'll say, like, it's going to rain in the next 5 minutes and stop after 10 minutes. And sure enough, that happens. So anyway, yeah, it's scientific, but science can't always tell you everything, right? Like when it says it's going to snow and it doesn't, or it's not going to snow and it does. You up north probably experienced that, right? Oh, hey, Josh. Hello. Josh is in Australia, where it is 11:49 p.m. on Tuesday. So it's Tuesday, January 14th here, when you sent this, it would have been 7:49 a.m. So, it's, 29 degrees Celsius. 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit. You have the opposite seasons that we do. So, or the opposite kind of temperatures, right, Josh? Like, is it winter there, or is it summer? Or is it winter and it's hot there, and in your summer, does it get cold? Here, if you're still on, please respond. This always confuses me. Okay, here, I'm going to give this a try. I've got 2 almond croissant espressos, 2 artificial creamers that tasted pretty good, and 1 Vienna Lungo. Stirred with a fork because my clean spoons are in the dishwasher. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is better. I am, lately I've been enjoying using this eggnog skinny syrup. And, oh my goodness, Josh says, and for fun, we start school in January each year. January. And then how long, when it's the end of the school year? Or do you go for a certain number of weeks or months and then have a break and then go again? Wow. Because in the United States, we usually start, it used to be the day after Labor Day, which was the first Monday in September when I was a kid. Now they start like in the first or second week of August. Ugh. And they go until sometime in May. When I was a kid, we went right till the end of June. And then we had all of July and all of August totally free. Okay, so let me put in a little bit of this eggnog here. It's so interesting to find out how they do things in other countries. And, of course, very often our first thought is, why? But then the people in the other countries are probably sitting there going, when they hear about how we do it, why? So Josh says school ends in December, the start of summer. So our school holidays are right through Christmas. So they start in January, they end in December, and so it's now summer in Australia. Okay, so obviously the months are the same, the names of the months, but the seasons are named differently because now it's winter in the United States, but in Australia it's summer. Remind me what city you're in. Is it Melbourne? I can't. My knowledge of cities in Australia is limited to what? Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, and of course I know Bondi Beach because of that TV show where the lifeguards go rescuing people. But I don't know where Bondi Beach is, what city it's in. Seems to me that I know a couple of other Australia city names, and I know about the kookaburra bird. Obviously, yeah, I watch all these shows that take place in Australia, both, like drama, mystery, usually they're mystery kind of things, and also documentary kind of things. But I don't know, I think maybe it might be like somebody from some faraway place watching something about the United States. It's such a big country with so many, different names and different kinds of names of places. It's just hard to remember them all. Well, anyhow, let me go ahead and give this another try here. Okay. The best I can say is this is decent. I try to put my mind in a place where if I went to someone's house or restaurant, whatever, or coffee house, and someone said, okay, here's your special coffee. What would I think of it? I would think, I don't want to be impolite and say, oh, thank you, or say, coffee, send this back. Yeah, it's not all that good. Actually, truth be told, I'm gonna pour it out after this video and I'm gonna make myself a decent cup. I may give up on the almond croissant. I don't know. So Josh says, summer is December to February. Autumn is, let's see, it won't show me the rest. March to May. Okay, Bondi is NSW, New South Wales, Sydney. He's near Melbourne. Okay, Facebook is not letting me see everything that he commented, but I think it'll appear in the comments once, I get off of here. This is so interesting. And you know what? I realize it is much more interesting to hear it from a person that well, Josh is a Facebook friend, that we've been friends for a few years now, right? It makes it so much more interesting than reading it in a book or even seeing it on the TV. To have somebody that you have some sort of relationship with tell you, and especially if it's personal for them, like he lives there. So, I'm imagining that. So I have one last question, Josh, because I know you probably need to get to bed. Do you have horrible poisonous snakes and spiders where you live? Because that's one of the things you always see on TV about Australia. And also, by the way, I don't know if Josh still works, I don't know, for a Nespresso store or something like that, but I think he used to. And he used to have all this great information for us that, what was going to be coming out and stuff like that. Are you still privy to that sort of information, Josh? I'd love to know. If you know anything, hey, give us a little tip, okay? So, who knows, he might not even drink Nespresso anymore. But he still tunes into these videos, which is really nice. It is a nice way to stay connected with people, Facebook is. every once in a while I think, oh, I should just get off of Facebook. I'm sure some of you think that too. And then, there are people that I have connections with. I mean, I wouldn't, if I bumped into them, I wouldn't know it was them. Oh, well, except some of you. I've seen your Facebook pages, so I see your pictures. But I don't know, it is a kind of relationship. And it's so weird because when I was growing up, people made phone calls. And I think when I was a teenager, they got message machines, where somebody could record a message for you, and you wrote letters. There were no computers and, cell phones, mobile phones, things like that. So now also we have different kinds of relationships and cyber relationships. Yeah, those have a place in society, and I think, we're all kind of struggling to find out how to negotiate them and how they fit into our lives. So Josh says, snakes are more bushland, but do come out in hot weather. Spiders are around, but they stay away unless provoked. Well, I certainly hope so. Of course, the shows that I see on TV, since I am prone to watching mysteries, although ones that are, more like cozy mysteries, not gruesome kinds. But of course, you see, the person put the terrible poisonous snake in the package and sent it, to this person they wanted to murder, or they put a poisonous spider inside the toe of her shoe, so when she put her foot in, it would bite her and she'd die. Things like that. There's probably perfectly fine snakes and spiders, although I'm not exactly prone to liking spiders. Snakes, okay, as long as they're not in my house. Alrighty, well, he says he's not at Nespresso now, but, so he works at a store where they sell the Nespresso machines, and oh golly, Facebook won't let me see the rest of that message right now. Well, listen, I'm going to go because you're probably getting like, why is she bending our ear with this kind of stuff? Of course, you can always, scroll on. But everybody, thank you for joining me. And Josh, this was so lovely connecting with you and learning more about your country. So it must be after midnight now where you are, right? It must be Wednesday, January 15th, shortly after midnight. I think that's, he says, yes, good night, always lovely to chat, finally bedtime there. Okay, well, I'm going to pour this out. This was just to remind you, in case you didn't tune in at the beginning, 2 almond croissant espressos, 2 artificial creamers that taste good, and 1 Vienna Lungo, and a little bit of eggnog skinny syrup to help sweeten it, and it has earned itself a place in my sink. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go make a good cup of coffee. Have a good day, y'all.